Hey Vikings faithful! Skol from the heart of Purple Nation. It's your die-hard Vikings fan here, pumped up and ready to dive into the latest Vikings news that's got everyone buzzing. Can you believe it? We're just days away from kicking off the 2025 season with a Monday night showdown against the Bears in Chicago, and the first injury report is out. Hold on to your horns because there are some big names on it that could shake things up big time. Picture this. Our fortress of an offensive line might be tested right out of the gate, and our secondary could be scrambling if veterans sit. As a lifelong Vikings supporter, I've been refreshing Vikings news feeds nonstop, and this report has me on the edge of my seat. What does it mean for our quest to dominate the NFC North? Stick around because we're breaking it all down with the suspense of a fourth-quarter comeback. Who's ready to talk Vikings football? If you're as obsessed as I am, smash that like button early and let's get into it. Today, we're unpacking every detail from this injury bombshell, building the tension scene by scene like a thriller at US Bank Stadium. By the end, you'll be fired up. Tell me in the comments, are you optimistic or worried about Week 1? First off, let's zoom in on our left tackle powerhouse, Christian Darrisaw, who's been battling back from that nasty knee injury he picked up last October. Vikings news is all over this. He didn't practice on Thursday, but hold your breath, fans, because he did get reps in on Wednesday. Coach Kevin O'Connell spilled the beans that it's a group decision, checking how he feels throughout the week before the big call. Imagine the stakes. Darrisaw's in the final push of his recovery, and his status might not drop until right before kickoff on Monday. As a Vikings diehard, I'm rooting hard for him to suit up. He's our anchor protecting Sam Darnold's blind side. Without him, we'd see Justin Skule stepping in at left tackle against those hungry Bears defenders. What do you think, Purple people? Will Darrisaw dominate or sit this one out? Drop your predictions in the comments below. I love hearing from fellow fans on Vikings news like this. This could be the plot twist that defines our opener. So let's keep the conversation going as we build toward game day suspense. Next up in our Vikings news breakdown, safety Harrison Smith, the hitman himself, missed Thursday's practice due to an illness that's been labeled a personal health matter. Reports say it's not a long-term worry, but man, his status for Week 1 is still floating in the air like a Hail Mary pass. As fans, we've seen Smith anchor our defense for 14 years. Losing him would sting. If Smith's out, the Vikings would lean heavier on guys like Josh Metellus and Theo Jackson at safety, with cornerbacks Byron Murphy Jr. and Isaiah Rodgers holding the fort. Depth players like Jeff Okudah, Jay Ward, and Tavier Thomas could see bigger snaps. Talk about a test for our secondary right off the bat. I'm feeling the tension already. This is classic Vikings drama. Hey Vikings Nation, how confident are you in our backup safeties stepping up? Share your thoughts in the comments and let's debate this Vikings news hot take. The uncertainty here is building like storm clouds over Lake Michigan. Will the hitman return to strike fear in the Bears? Shifting gears, we've got a couple of depth pieces also sidelined on Thursday's report. Running back Xavier Scott with an ankle issue and defensive tackle Elijah Williams nursing a hamstring. Both got dinged in the final preseason game, but here's the silver lining. They made the 53-man roster without hitting IR. Vikings news suggests the team expects them back soon, which is huge for our rotational depth. Scott's speed in the backfield and Williams' push up front could be missed if they're out long. But as depth guys, it's not panic mode yet. Still, in a tight NFC North battle, every player counts. Imagine if we need that extra burst against Chicago's run defense. This adds another layer to our Week 1 puzzle. What about you, fans? Do these injuries worry you for the long haul, or is it just preseason rust? Hit the comments with your Vikings news opinions. Your takes keep this community alive and kicking as we ramp up the excitement. On a brighter note in Vikings news, edge rusher Andrew Van Ginkel was a full participant despite his neck concern. That's the resilience we love in purple. He's been a beast since joining us, and seeing him full go eases some nerves ahead of Monday. No setbacks reported, so expect him wreaking havoc on Caleb Williams. Wide receiver Jalen Naylor also went full throttle, shaking off that hand injury that had us worried after his August procedure. Vikings fans, remember the buzz around his speed? Barring any last-minute hiccups, he'll be out there stretching the field. This is the kind of update that builds hope amid the uncertainty. Vikings faithful, Does Naylor's return fire you up for big plays? Let me know in the comments. Share your favorite Naylor moments or predictions. This positive twist is like a momentum shift, keeping us hooked as the injury saga unfolds. And get this, superstar Justin Jefferson isn't even on the injury report after missing most of training camp with a mild hamstring strain. J-Jets is back and ready to soar. Folks, as a passionate Vikings fan, this is the news that has me grinning ear to ear. He's our game changer, leading the league in yards last season with over 1,800. Without that hamstring nagging him, Jefferson's poised to torch the Bears' secondary from the jump. Vikings News has been tracking his recovery, and this clean bill of health means explosive plays ahead. The offense just got a massive boost. What do you think, Purple Army? Is Jefferson dropping 150 yards on Monday? Flood the comments with your bold Vikings news takes. Let's build the hype together as we edge closer to kickoff. Now, let's flip the script to the enemy camp in this Vikings news update. The Bears have their own headaches brewing. Top cornerback Jalen Johnson was limited in practice with calf and groin issues. That's a guy who could shadow our receivers if healthy. But limited status? Advantage Vikings. Starting linebacker TJ Edwards didn't practice at all due to a hamstring. Huge for our run game if he's sidelined. Chicago's defense relies on him in the middle, and without him, holes could open up for Aaron Jones and company. This is stacking the deck in our favor. Vikings fans, how do you see our offense exploiting these Bears' weaknesses? Drop your strategies in the comments. I thrive on these discussions. The plot thickens with Chicago's woes, ramping up the intrigue for Monday night. Adding to the Bears' troubles, they've got a couple of backup running backs banged up, including Kyle Manangai with a hamstring that's kept him limited. Vikings news from recent reports highlights this depth issue, which could force Chicago to lean harder on starters like DeAndre Swift. Less rotation means tired legs by the fourth quarter. Wide receiver Devin DuVernay is also dealing with a hamstring, though he's more of a return specialist. Still, it weakens their special teams. And don't forget DL Dominique Robinson, who's nursing an injury too. These nagging problems could expose cracks against our aggressive front. What say you, Skull Squad? Will our defense feast on a depleted Bears backfield? Share your Vikings news insights in the comments. Your passion fuels this channel as we build toward an epic clash. Circling back to our side, this injury report paints a picture of resilience for the Vikings. Key guys like Van Ginkel and Naylor full go, Jefferson cleared, but questions linger on Darrisaw and Smith. As fans, we've weathered storms before, from 2010 to miracle wins. This is just another chapter in our saga. The depth test with Scott and Williams out short-term reminds us why roster building matters in Vikings news. But with O'Connell's joint decisions and the team's optimism, I'm betting we field a strong unit. The suspense is real. Will we start 1-0? Hey, tell me, what's your biggest concern from this report? Comment below and let's dissect it together. This Vikings news roller coaster has me glued. Stay tuned for more updates as game day nears. Looking at the big picture, these injuries could redefine our defensive schemes if Smith sits, Metellus and Jackson stepping up with Okudah in the mix. Vikings faithful, remember Smith's 98 career starts? His leadership is irreplaceable, but our young guns have shown flashes in preseason. On offense, Darrisaw's potential absence means Skule versus a Bears pass rush that's added pieces. But with Jefferson healthy and Naylor ready, our aerial attack could compensate. This balance of risk and reward is what makes Vikings news so addictive. Vikings Nation, do you trust our backups to shine? Pour out your opinions in the comments. Fan debates are the best part. The tension mounts as we imagine the Monday night lights in Chicago. As we tie this Vikings news together, the Bears' issues, Johnson limited, Edwards out, backups like Manangai hobbled, give us an edge. Their secondary and linebackers vulnerable? That's music to our ears for Darnold's debut. But let's not get ahead. Our own report keeps us grounded. From Darrisaw's knee watch to Smith's illness, it's a wait and see that builds epic anticipation. Vikings fans, this is why we love the game, the unknowns that lead to glory. Quick question. Prediction time. Who wins week 1 and by how much? Hit the comments with your scores. This Vikings news has me hyped. Let's carry that energy forward. Diving deeper into strategy, if Darrisaw plays, our O-line stability skyrockets. He's graded top 10 in pass protection last year per PFF. Vikings news stats like that remind us of his impact. Without him, Skewell's experience from spot starts could hold. But against Montez Sweat, nail-biter. Smith's absence would mean more zone coverage, leaning on Murphy's interception prowess. He had 3 picks last season. Our secondary's versatility is key here. This tactical breakdown adds layers to the suspense. Fellow fans, what's your game plan if stars sit? Share in the comments. Your Vikings news wisdom elevates us all. The clock's ticking, building that pregame buzz. With full participants like Van Ginkel, his 6.5 sacks last year, and Naylor ready, our pass rush and speed threats remain intact. Vikings news highlights no setbacks, so expect fireworks. Jefferson's return? Over 100 yards guaranteed in my book. These positives counter the DNPs, showing depth built by Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. It's a testament to our roster's grit amid early challenges. The story's unfolding beautifully. Vikings diehards, excited for Naylor's breakout? Comment your hype levels. This blend of concern and confidence keeps us engaged till the final whistle. Finally, as we wrap this Vikings news thrill ride, remember, injuries are part of the grind, but our purple spirit endures. From the report's twists to the Bears' vulnerabilities, Monday's primed for a statement win. Skol forever. One last tease, what if Darrisaw and Smith both play? Domination. Stay locked for more updates. Fans, this is the edge of your seat stuff we live for. Vikings faithful, if this got you pumped, like, comment your thoughts, subscribe for daily Vikings news, and share with your crew. Let's pack the comments. Skol Vikings.